I was idly flipping through the evening news when the anchor's words sliced right through me. And now, live from Louisville. The camera panned across a grand ballroom glittering with crystal chandeliers and smiling guests. But my pulse skipped when I saw her, Olivia, stepping into view in a pristine white gown. My hands went numb around the remote. She told me she was headed to Megan's bachelorette in Palm Springs, somewhere far, somewhere harmless. Instead, she was center stage at Jackson Beaumont's $1 million wedding, dancing close to a man I'd only ever met in passing. My breath caught in my throat. Yesterday she'd texted, "Missing you already," and today the entire country was watching her say, "I do," to someone else. The disbelief was raw, a tidal wave of nausea and rage rolling over me. I sank to the couch, replaying every private moment we'd shared, now tainted by public betrayal. It wasn't just the cheating, it was the broadcast, the millions of strangers cheering her on. I felt like the last person alive who didn't know, like a fool holding on to some grotesque secret. Last Thursday feels both distant and immediate. Olivia and I celebrated our 6-month anniversary at the rooftop bar where we'd had our first date, her in a floral dress, me in my favorite navy blazer. She laughed as I recited our inside jokes, my heart solid with the promise of months ahead. That same evening, she mentioned an upcoming girls' weekend, insisted she needed time to recharge with the girls. I threw an arm around her, told her to go have fun, that I'd be here waiting. She kissed my cheek, eyes sparkling with what I assumed was affection. I watched her pack a small suitcase, noticing the spa slippers and that new sequin top she'd bought for something special. I shrugged it off, trusting her completely. Love felt uncomplicated then, simple, honest. Nothing prepared me for the twist waiting in a bridal party halfway across the country. Friday morning, my phone buzzed with a cheerful selfie. Olivia and Megan grinning in matching pajamas, a group snap from their road trip pit stop. "Bridal weekend is in full swing," the caption read. I replied, "Can't wait to hear all about it. Love you." Her reply came minutes later, "Miss you already." I pictured her laughing with her best friends, champagne flutes in hand, sand between her toes. But as the day wore on, the playful chatter faded. My calls went unanswered, her texts half-hearted at best. Drone footage she posted at sunset didn't show palm trees, but an ornate altar framed by downtown skyscrapers sparkling in twilight. It felt off, but I told myself I was overthinking. She wouldn't lie about where she was. I was just missing her voice, craving reassurance. So I waited. Waiting for a timely text, a spontaneous video call, something to hush the niggling doubt. When Saturday dawned, the #Beaumont wedding hashtag exploded across my feeds. I paused at the livestream link, my finger hovering over play. Something urged me to click. Half a world away, the bride and groom shared their first dance under swaying olive branches and crystal lights. And there she was again, Olivia. Eyes bright, lips curved in a proud smile as Jackson's arms held her close. My heart pounded so hard I could hear it in my ears. I replayed the moment, froze it in my head. Her left hand resting on his chest, the diamond ring glinting under the spotlight. My stomach dropped. This was far more than a fling. This was a show, an orchestrated lie, broadcast to millions, with me as the clueless boyfriend back home. I slammed my hand down, the remote skittering across the coffee table. Heat flooded my face. Anger, shame, humiliation all at once. How could she? And why did it have to be so public? I didn't sleep that night. By the time I heard her key in the lock, the living room was littered with unopened texts and social media tabs frozen on her smiling face. Olivia stepped in, suitcase in hand, cheeks flushed from what she claimed was too much dancing. I watched her shrug off her coat, giving me that tired grin I used to melt over. The words caught in my throat. "We need to talk," I managed, voice low. Her smile wavered. "Not now," she whispered. I pointed to my phone, the screen still on her wedding video. She paled. The apology spilled out in stutters, claims of career networking, Jackson's promises of a fashion internship, how Megan egged her on. She said she was sorry, swore it meant nothing, begged me to understand. All I felt was anger roaring through me, drowning out anything else. I grabbed my keys, stormed out before the rest of her excuses could land. She chased me to the door, tears spilling, voice cracking on "I love you." But I was already gone. For nights afterward, I found myself wandering the empty streets near our apartment, replaying every lie, every half-truth. Strangers on the sidewalk looked at me as if I were some lost soul. In a way, I was. The betrayal had ripped out my sense of self, left me raw and exposed. Daylight brought no comfort, just the cruel reminder that the whole world had watched her pledge a life to another man. In bars and coffee shops, I overheard whispers about the viral bride, the millionaire wedding, the mystery groom's lucky catch. No one mentioned me, the boyfriend left behind. I realized then, my heartbreak was private, overshadowed by their spectacle. And yet, I was determined to reclaim my story. One day, the memory of Olivia in that gown would sting less, replaced by the strength born from surviving such a public deception. For now, though, I'm just the guy who believed in a fairy tale, until it turned into the cruelest news headline of all.